Right.
We
And
just
we're
We're
your
your favorite
favorite
spiritual
spiritual couple.
couple.
And that's Destine of the Steady Steppin Podcast.
hey
Welcome
guys.
back. Welcome back.
Come through, brother, with that energy.
Hey, y'all already know I'm not gonna be ratchet today because we are in Barnes and Noble. But what is going on? We are back. We are back. We are back to another lit episode of Let Go and Flow, your favorite show. Ooh, that's a bar already out the dome
Ooh.
because we got the chrome. Ooh, why am I spitting like that? Ooh,
From the jump. From the jump.
He in the room with all them books. He just absorbing all the knowledge and the bars up in there, you know?
all this great knowledge just flowing through the atmosphere. We got to get some.
Absolutely.
Y'all think they ready for today's show though?
Oh, they ready.
Y'all think they ready?
Spirit has said.
Stay ready so you ain't gotta get ready.
Oh, that's why they call us steady steppers.
Hey, we coming through with that let go and flow energy. How
Yeah,
is everyone
Yes,
flowing?
sir.
yeah, we talking about something that I feel like is a challenge for a lot of people. And this is something I feel like everybody can relate to when it comes to really like looking to level up your life. Whether if you're looking for the relationship, you're looking for the success in business, you're looking for that generational wealth, you're looking for a fit body, that killer mindset. Doesn't matter what you're looking for in life. There's one thing that everybody needs in order to be successful. Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the chat what you think that one thing is. What is that one thing you need to be successful?
It's a key.
Major key. Yes.
Consistency, right. Thank you. Thank you from the chat.
Man,
Consistency. Exactly. Exactly. So, in order to become successful, you have to develop consistency, develop discipline, because that is the key. That is the key to your ultimate success.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that everyone is consistent at something. It's that consistency that's either building on what you are desiring to create in your life, or it's keeping you from being your best.
Mhm.
So, whether you're consistent at going in on your business and doing everything that needs to be done to grow your business, or creating that space for communication with those that you share space with, your loved one and your partner, for example. Um, that is consistency, and so is what the hypochondriac does, for example. The hypochondriac is always saying what can't be done, what is wrong with their health, what is wrong with their life. Everything is out to get them. That's consistency. So, what is it that you're being consistent at that's going to allow you to blossom and bloom into the best version of you?
Mhm. Definitely. I completely agree with that.
okay, we good. So, yeah, and see, what I love about consistency, right? Consistency is the reason that I started the whole steady stepping brand and ideology because that whole brand came from me being on the road and always remembering, even when you slow down to take a nap, to take a break, to stretch, to get a mental reset, you always remember you have to get to that final destination. You
Mhm.
have to, because before, when that load was created, when that manifest was created, when your life was created, your destination was preset before you even came into this dimension.
Mhm.
So, like Sahat was saying, we consistent at something. You consistent at waking up, you consistent at brushing your teeth, you consistent at going to work. But are you being consistent with fighting for your dreams? Are you being consistent with bringing your vision into this reality? What is it? You consistent with going to the gym?
Mhm.
That's that one that a lot of us kind of I don't even say struggle with, I say battle with. Because that right there, going to the gym, I know that's a mental battle because I still be fighting for it. And I've been in the gym for about a year now, like, and sometimes I be looking like, boy, I don't know, we gonna take a skip day. But then they be like, oh boy, you gonna break that consistency. Cause when you break that consistency, oh my goodness, you gotta you gonna have to fight twice as hard to get back on track.
Mm-hmm.
That's so true. That's so true. You pay at some point. The question is how soon and how much.
Mm-hmm.
And quick thing, right? We was talking earlier before we went live. We were talking about how consistency builds momentum.
Mm. Mhm.
Because I had a so I'm down here out of town working, and I had this picture. I took this picture of this train, and it was sitting right behind my car. Right? Hold on, let me see if I can pull up the picture and show y'all. So this is the picture. I don't know. Can you see it? Nope.
Kind
Okay.
of. Kind of a little bit.
Kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We're gonna as long as we get the train in the back. Okay. You see? Oh, that's fire. So you see that train in the back?
Not really. We saw the car. But anyway, there's a train back.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah. So I looked at I bought that to life, right? And I said life is like a train. We are the actual train and the conductor. Our body is the train, our brain is the conductor, right? And each train car has a predetermined destination before it ever got on that train, before it ever got on that train. Now, when the train cars are on there, you pick what go on that train. So you pick your community, you pick your environment, you pick your relationships, you pick on how you react to certain situations. All these are different stops that are on your train.
Mm.
Now, as this train gets to going, we're gonna call it life. Life is the track that the train is on.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to make conscious decisions. And while you build a momentum throughout life, you look back at your load and say, is this load really carrying me to the destination that I really need to go? Or do I need to release some stops? Do I need to slow down a little bit and release some of these train cars? Because what I'm realizing and understanding now, sometimes you got to slow down to speed up now. You might have to let go of some of that weight you should have never even had on your back.
Mm-hmm.
Some of those emotions you should have never had. Some of those thoughts you should have never really even had. Some of that energy from other people's thoughts you should have never even adopted. So you're gonna have to step off the track. You're gonna have to step off the main track of life and go to the side for a second. Cause on the track when they got another train passing by, they got the side where that train can come to a stop, kind of regroup and let the other train pass. So sometimes you gotta go to that other side of the track and say, you know what? Let me look through my bill. Let me look through my manifest again. Let me look through my brain again. Let me look through all my friends again. Let me look through my content again, like what you subscribe to on Instagram. Because all that is putting bills or putting freight, or if you don't know what freight is, putting energy or
Cart.
weight onto carts onto your train.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you need to let some of that stuff go.
Mm-hmm.
And the beautiful thing about existing in life, and for me, I speak from a point of present living. These are things that I'm just repeating to y'all that I've done or am constantly doing in the moment. Like, we're not perfect, y'all. That's why we're all gathered here together. None of us are perfect, but we're all learning to be better than yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We all at different levels. We all at different levels of life. But for the fact that we're able to connect and facilitate different thoughts and ideas, that is the one that's going to help us be better. Because if I was so ignorant and never willing to collab with Ray and Sahat, I could never have a different way of thinking because I would be so closed minded. And I would steady be on that track with all this unnecessary freight that I should have never even had. Like, what freight you need to drop off? What carts do you need to just probably let them carts just fall in the sea? What carts need to fall in the sea off your track so you can really speed up?
Mm-hmm.
I love that.
That's so profound.
And that cargo or that baggage that you're
Hmm.
carrying around with you is a lot of that old programming that was instilled on us from when we were children, or traumas from our childhood.
Traumas. Oh my God. That's such a buzzword in the millennial community. I'm traumatized.
Them triggers.
I'm triggered. Where's Janae? Like,
But I've seen where in older, um I don't want to say older, but in generations that came before us, um, that they are still holding on to those same energies, those same traumas, because that energy gets stored in your cells.
Mhm.
And so, it's like when you bump your knee, and it has that throbbing pain after you've bumped it, even, a little bit after
Like when it
the
rains
fact.
sometimes.
Hmm.
Like, dang, my knee just, oof.
And it's because of that energy is stored in there and it was never released. So even as something as simple as that requires release. So there's always healing that's going on with the body until you have mastered every aspect of the body.
And brother Sahat, you said something really interesting about things that are interlocked into our DNA because I was looking at something. I don't remember what platform it was on, but it was talking about coding in our DNA.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Coding in our DNA is almost like programmable algorithm. So things that our parents went through that was traumatic, we may have never experienced it, but we still feel the effects of it.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
Like if you have a phobia of bugs, like you may not have actually had that phobia, but that phobia was passed down and now it's still affecting you.
It,
Even though we know you're bigger than bugs.
it is so funny you say that because I just told him a story like yesterday. I was working for this call center as a Medicaid call center like 4 or 5 years ago, or whatever it was, right? And I always had a thing about bugs like crawling on me. I don't know what it is. Like I ain't never had bugs crawling on me before, but I've always been like low key traumatized and scared of that happening. So we were in this training room and it was like right next to the windows. It was like little cubicles or whatever, little computer squares and stuff. And long story short, they had brought us cupcakes or muffins or something and passed them all around. Well, this was the next day after that. We were in the training room. I had put my purse, and I guess I had like a stick of gum or something at the bottom of my purse. Didn't know, had no idea there were ants, like hundreds of ants crawling in and out of my purse. I guess they had came in because they had muffins in there the day before, you know? So they're crawling in and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of ants crawling in and out of my purse. And so I was like getting bit. And I'm like, what is going on? And I started freaking out in the middle of the class and had a whole, honestly, a whole panic attack because this was like my biggest fear, like irrational fear. And it's my belief that it's not irrational, it's somewhere in your Akash.
It is, because you have some serious insects and creatures out there that will ravage you. I mean, we think about ants like, oh, they do their little nibble, but there are some man eaters out there, some ants that,
Oh, here she comes.
yeah.
Look out, boy, she'll eat you
But not with that energy though. Not that good energy.
I mean, was that good? Was that song good?
I think I
Well,
heard
it
that song
depends on
before.
how she's eating the man,
I
but
mean,
that
she's a
get,
man eater. I don't know. That's a little scary to me.
is she like a
Oh man.
succubi? I don't know. I have to listen to that. But yeah, they
They
could.
said the which one of them spiders kill they mate after they mate?
Black Widow.
Might
And
be
they
Black Widow.
poisonous too.
Oh wow.
Poisonous. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Black Widow will kill you.
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Hmm.
Just
I
like
didn't know that.
Natasha off of Avengers, she will kill you. They don't play.
Gee.
They don't play.
That's wild.
Mm.
That little tiny spider smaller than the size of my phone, has that much power.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you got to be trained when you go to places like the jungle. You know what I mean? And that's why I think technology, and we get a little off topic, but we going to get into it. Technology is breaking our connection with nature. And
That's the one.
it's putting us more into the matrix than giving us the freedom to leave the matrix. You know, that's why I'm a supporter. I high key support AI, and I also support things like cryptocurrency and stuff like that because it allows us the freedom to detach from the matrix. You know, utilizing the technology for a positive benefit rather than an enabling benefit, like the VR system, like, and you out here playing baseball on your headset, like go outside.
Go do that in real life.
Like, what you mean? Like, oh, I want to play bowling. Let me, like, what are you talking about? Go outside. So I feel like we're detached from nature, and that's not good. Because like, if you legit, if you was to drop me in the Amazon right now, I probably would get bit by some shit, something, and not know, and end up being some kind of poisonous slug, spider, snake, what have you, because I have no idea.
And you bring up a good point is that consistency and dependency on technology. Because when you're consistently engaged in this and you're looking at your phone, you're looking down, first of all, it's going to mess with your posture. And the more that you engage in these technologies, they're actually emitting a certain frequency of light that will disrupt the photoreceptors in your eyes. So over a period of time, have you ever seen cases where people are consistently on their phones, on their computers, like that's their job? Like people in Wall Street, like they're always in some looking at some kind of technology, and their eyes would be like bloodshot. I've actually seen where people's eyes, because they're staring at the screen for so long, have actually started to bleed because yeah, you are consistently engaged in something that is taking you out of nature, is disconnecting you from yourself. And when we think about, oh, well, I have this little device, this little computer, and it connects me to all the knowledge that's around the world, and yet people are, what are they doing? Swiping up and down on social media, and they're not doing anything productive with that. And so that consistency in that is taking you away from yourself. It's robbing you of who you truly are, and which disconnects you from really connecting with others on any kind of meaningful level.
Absolutely.
And this and you Ray were speaking of the technology and how it just really disconnect us from human being into like natural human being interactions. I've started to learn the value of actually just going up to speak to somebody. When is the last time you was out in public and you randomly spoke to somebody
Besides just, hey, how you doing?
Hmm.
and and carried on a conversation?
Right.
Because even me, I did not know I was not as good as carrying a conversation until I started to try to carry a conversation. I went through about 3 questions, and my mom was like, "What do I ask now?" I don't
Yeah.
know, like,
I'm a little awkward, I'm not gonna lie. Like
but you
meeting people in public, I don't know. It's just I feel like my conversations are always so next level.
Meaningful,
They're just not
intentional.
about, they're intentional. They're just not, hey, how you doing? Like I don't
Did you
have
hear about Roger and
conversations.
his wife? They got a new deck. Oh man, that's great.
Like I don't, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right.
I don't
yeah,
have
It
those
just yeah.
conversations. So like running into somebody at the grocery store and not genuinely knowing them or what they do or where they're at consciously, I just find myself keeping it very, hey, how you
mainstream.
doing? Yeah. But I feel like that is, you're right. Like we need to talk to people more. And you
And
never know where your next opportunity is going to come, but you too scared to talk to people. You
and
know,
I'm gonna tell you something full circle right when you finish.
Hmm. I was just gonna say the pandemic just got us all messed up because we had to go inside. I used to be an extrovert, like really, like I used to be outside, and and like ever since the pandemic, like I really found how peaceful it was here. Because when I was outside, I was cutting up, doing all types of crazy stuff, you know. But I like this better. So I really don't. And my circle got smaller. I didn't hang out with the same people that used to get me excited. I was like, we don't really resonate anymore. Love you, but so
Man.
Yeah.
And yeah, that definitely was a plan. But we ain't gonna get into that this episode. But so
Save
I
it
was
for the
at the
next one.
gym today. Huh?
I said save it for the next one.
I'm telling you, man. I was at the gym. I was at the gym this rising, and I didn't usually go. Like I usually get up to go about 4 to 5 a.m. But I had to leave the Airbnb today, so I made sure I packed my stuff so when I left I didn't have to come back. And I went to the gym today. It was leg day, and I was just like, I was really feeling myself on leg day. I always feel myself on leg day, but who cares? Just besides the point. So when it was time for me to leave, brother Micah was like, "Bro, I see you, bro," and I'm like, "For sure, appreciate that." And it was just something about his energy that was so powerful, and I was just like, I appreciate that, bro. Um, whoop de whoop, blase blah. So I was like, I asked him, I'm like, you tapped in the podcast, and he was like, yeah, yeah. So I'm like, shoot, tap in with me. So he put the podcast in his phone or whatever. So we connected, and then we got to flowing, speaking about him, and I was like. He was like, "Yeah, bro. I got a podcast too." I was like, "Where you at? I want to tap in with you." He was like, "Um, I'm not. I haven't posted any episodes yet." And then he started telling me some of the things that he wanted to get prepared before then. So we was just talking, and I was like, "Bro, I don't want." And you want to know something funny? He said, "Damn." Those were a bunch of excuses I just told you. I said, you said it, not me. But he was like, you right though, D. And I'm like, bro, like out here in this life, we gotta start somewhere. Because the longer you begin to not start, the longer it's gonna take you to be start to build that momentum to keep that consistency. Like it's never gonna be a perfect start moment. Ever. If you ever looking for everything to be perfect, you never start. That is gonna be your number one excuse on why you never start anything. Like Kels be saying, do it ugly, start it ugly. Because I promise you, when you start and you get over that first hurdle of starting, you're gonna be like, that wasn't as bad as I thought.
Hmm.
It's not pretty, it's not perfect, but it wasn't as bad as I thought. And see that right there, once you get that into your mind, once you get that into your DNA, like it wasn't as bad as I thought, then you're like, okay, I'm feeling better about this run now. Yeah, let me pick up the speed now. Yeah, okay. You look back, boom. I don't did a mile and I still got some more. Okay. And now that momentum starting to build because you starting to build that belief in your mind.
come on.
Hmm.
If you don't build that belief, your whole environment will tear it down before it's even planted. What I'm realizing, we gotta plant seeds ourselves. We gotta cultivate our own dirt. We have to we get to cultivate our own dirt first before you can ask anybody else to come fertilize your ground.
Mm.
Hmm.
Jose was talking about it yesterday, but it's so true. When you see somebody on the side of the road with their thumb out, you probably gonna keep rolling because you like they I mean your mind is gonna say a bunch of things, but if you see somebody pushing a car instead of holding their thumb up beside the car, you're like, hold up, stop, let me help them because they already on the road. They just got a little bit further to go. So they just need a little bit of a push. And you're gonna help them push it to where they need to go so they in a safe zone so they can reset, put some gas in the whip and keep growing.
Mm.
And it was the same instance with brother Micah at the gym today. He was like, bro, you relit a spark in me that had died. And I said, brother, it didn't die. It just got dim because of your situations and your circumstances. But the thing about energy and vibrations, when you raise your vibration, everybody that need to vibrate towards you is gonna come at the right moment. And they gonna say the words that you need. They gonna say the words that was already in there, but they were just covered up. Somebody got to come with a clean shovel to get that dirt off and uncover that true gold that's already in you.
Mm.
You already we already have everything we need in us. We have that same venom, which is positivity, that the Black Widow has up here. We have thoughts and actions and beliefs in us that can drop a whole universe if you're not careful in a good or bad way. But if you don't even believe you can take down a freaking ant, the ant is gonna eat you alive. Because guess what? That ant DNA is programmed to work. That ant don't see nothing else besides greatness. That ant don't believe nothing else besides I'm gonna do what I have to do to be great. That ant don't have no phone either though. Everybody in the ant colony not. Oh well, while Destin ain't going to work, Ray and Sahat chilling in the cut. Like, look at Destin work hard. No, Ray and Sahat is out here working with me because we are in the same colony.
We're a collective.
We have an overstanding of our destination and where we're going.
Hmm.
And part of our journey is bringing y'all with us, the ones that really want to come with us. If you don't want to come with us, who cares? That's your problem, not ours. We're doing our part.
For real. Real talk.
That
Like,
part.
straight up.
Like the beautiful thing about and a lot of times we got to stop being so scared of what everybody else think about us.
Hmm.
I was one of them. I used to
Yeah.
be a people pleaser
Me too.
because I was like, man, what if they don't like me? Now I'm at a point of who gives a who don't like me? That's not my problem. I love me. I love me enough for the both of us. Like
Okay.
Right.
and because you have to adopt that theory because guess what? When you give somebody that much power, you know how easily your life can be changed and taken from you. Your whole life will be upside down like an hourglass, and everything that you built up is just falling out. That was a dangerous place for me. That was a dangerous place for me. That momentum, because of the momentum that I built up, allowing people to put their beliefs and their thoughts onto me. That momentum derailed a train, and that derailment had me in such a dark place that it was like some when I was derailed and laying on my side, I was like, can I come back from that? Can I really come back from that and get back on a track to where I can be consistent within myself? And I said, hold up, can you come back from it? Who you talking to? You must forgot who you talking to. You see my name? Oh my, you see my name? Yeah. Your name has power. Your life has power. Your light, your life is your light. Sometimes I feel like because of our current environment, that dirt smothers the fire.
Mm.
So it's not letting it's not letting the oxygen it's not letting that oxygen get to it so it can breathe. What happens when you smother a fire and it loses oxygen, y'all? What happens?
The flame go
It
out.
dies.
Then it's just smoking. But guess what? If you you clear some of that debris out, blow some fresh oxygen into that fire rekindles. And guess what? Now you put some fresh, dry material on it. That fire burning hotter than ever. And then people start to gather around that fire to get the nutrients of warmth. They come in and tapping in to get some of what that fire can provide.
To light.
You may not, huh?
I said to light their way.
What? Because guess what? When Ray and Sahat allows me to get some of their fire, then I can then my fire is burning brighter. And now my community, now people that I'm connected to, they got a source of light to connect to. That's why I love this. I stole this from my grandpa, and he stole it from somebody else. But each one, reach one, will allow us to teach one.
Hmm.
We can never be too selfish to reach back and help somebody relight their fire, cause somebody did it for each one of us.
Hmm.
It was a collective of people. It was a collection. But if we refuse or refrain to do the same for anybody else, why are we gonna stop that cycle of greatness? I'm not gonna stop it. Like,
Absolutely.
and man, like, let's really, like I said, sometimes just slow the train down. Slow the train down, pull off to another track, and just look through your BOL, look through your manifest. All those stops on there. Do you want those on there? If you don't want them on there, you can always take them off and shorten the length of the train, build your momentum back up, and then you really go and hand select this time with a conscious mind what you want on back of that train. Like, mm, mm.
And
Beautiful, beautiful creator.
if you don't choose
Yes.
to do it yourself, life has a way of doing it for you.
It's gonna make you learn today.
Like what listen, like we said earlier, you pay some way, it just depends on how much and when. If you choose to pull your train over to the side, to the track, take inventory, decide you don't need these limiting beliefs no more. You don't need this fear no more. You don't need this anxiety anymore. You know, you don't need to feel overwhelmed or imposter syndrome. And now you done got 4, 5 cargo carts off of your train. It's not going to take you as long to pick up momentum this time. You trim the fat. It's not going to take you as long. But if you don't, and this is what I want you to listen to, if you don't decide to take those carts off and you keep going, like, nah, I can make it, talking about, I think I can, what's going to happen is you're going to end up derailing yourself. The momentum is going to be off. You trying to pull too much on your shoulders, juggling too many things. You have too many carts on this one engine. You end up hitting a corner and you get derailed yourself. So either you pay in the beginning by like, okay, I'm going to sacrifice a little extra time, but we're going to do this intentionally. Get rid of this, taking care of self. That's what self-love is. And then getting back on the track and consistently just going and going. And that momentum that you build, that consistency that you create in that moment is when you'll really be able to take off and reach your destination.
Absolutely.
And see the grace. Oh, go ahead. My bad, brother.
I was just gonna say, gotta lessen your burdens. You know, release those things that are not serving you.
They're not
That
yours.
never served you.
They're not yours. Your emotions are not you.
Hmm. They're not what define you.
And the beautiful thing about when you release those cargos, those cargo train carts, you get so much more clarity in your thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you
Hmm.
say, I'm no longer gonna have that anxiety, I'm no longer gonna have that disbelief, I'm no longer gonna have that imposter syndrome. You clearing space for some more powerful thoughts to come up in there. You're opening up to the universe to say, I'm ready for more positivity. I'm ready for more abundance. I'm ready for what's really mine, not what people wanted to put on my train.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm really learning is when you don't take full advantage of the abundance you already have, our creator will never give you more. Because he's gonna say you can't even manage what you got. You sitting here letting this fear and anxiety whoop your ass, and you won't even have $100 for real. Why you think we gonna let you have 1 million? Because that is gonna kill you. That million will derail you if you can't manage the $100. The universe and our creator is listening. That's why we speak so much about the life of language. Language is life. Everything you speak of, that's your cargo. When you want to know why you broke, you just said it. You broke because you got broke cargo.
Mm.
Speak abundance. Drop that broke card off your train and put that abundant train on your train. Ooh, I like
That
that.
part.
Cool.
Like, what kind of language is on your cart?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
kind of what kind of vibrational food is on your cart?
Mm.
Now, shout out to all my vegans out there, because I'm working on that. But the level of consistent discipline that they have built, oh my goodness. Can you imagine what kind of beliefs they had to take off of that train for them to say, I'm only going to eat this one thing. Everything else that I've been eating up to that point, I'm dropping.
Shout out to all the raw vegans out there.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And shout out to the people that just stop eating altogether.
Oh yeah, the
Cause,
breatharians.
cause y'all, hey, y'all took it to the ultimate level,
Yeah.
and I honor that.
Yeah. I mean, all of that is a discipline as well. So the road of consistency is a never-ending road. It's not about the final outcome, it's about enjoying every stop along the journey. You know, enjoying the new sites, the new platforms, the new levels of every moment of the journey. You know, so there are levels to this. Like you can awaken to your spirituality and then make a conscious decision to eat whatever you choose, but like more nutrient dense foods that are closest to what earth intended, right? The more foods like that you eat, the higher your physical vibration will be. The higher your vibration is, that influences your actions. You're going to start taking different actions. So it doesn't matter if you're not vegan, you know, that's fine, but do you have consciousness about what you're putting in your body?
Hmm.
You literally, your physical body absorbs the things that you eat. So if you're eating DNA, the life that animal had lived is being consumed and absorbed in your body. So if they were living in conditions of terror, fear, dis-ease, you absorb that. And then you want to wonder why you have anxiety and depression and post-traumatic stress. It's because that DNA is information that gets absorbed into your body and becomes you.
So again, you're absorbing things that are in your environment that are not necessarily of you, and we have to learn how to filter those things out of our life so that we can flow more naturally, more rhythmically.
Mm-hmm.
And anybody who has come to me for health concerns, when they are looking to make a shift in their diet, I have always said, do it if you're, especially if you're on medications, do it um, gradually. So if you're on like 16, if you're drinking like 16 sodas each day, next week, next heptad, take it down to 15, and just gradually take it down so that's not a huge shock on your body, because not everybody can just cold turkey quit stuff. And that will be a shock on your system, especially when you're talking about things that are affecting different systems within your body on a chemical level with which these drugs do. So anything that you're going to do, just taking that gradual step in that right direction. And that right direction is something that you'll know because it'll resonate with your heart. It'll resonate with your spirit. So find that what feels right within you and take steps, even if it's one step after another. Take those gradual steps towards that. You don't have to full on run towards it. You can, but allow that process to cognize, and these shifts to happen within you, and enjoy these shifts. Enjoy that, I feel so much lighter. I've released all this. I'm not carrying that. I'm not burdened by this. I am embracing my magnificence, and just enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
And truly, like Brother Sahat was speaking on, do it in strides because, and what the thing about self love is, the first word is self. You have to really learn yourself. And learning yourself means taking time and spending time with yourself. If you say I can't spend time with yourself, if you say I can't spend time with myself, you are the number one person that needs to spend more time with yourself. You have to force your hand to learn yourself. And when I say that, I say, I mean, if you say, oh man, I got too much on my plate, look through your schedule and say, where can I force at least 30 minutes a day just for me? Like no phone, no TV, no game, no distractions. If you're gonna have any type of music playing, play some high vibrational frequencies. I don't know what it is about them frequencies with no sound in it, but them mofos right there take you to another dimension, bruh. Oh my goodness, bruh. Like I could just be like, that's like I ran this I ran this play on my mama. So she was like, my mom called me Joe. My family called me Joe. So she was like, Joe, I ain't been able to really sleep lately because I just been having so much on my mind. But guess what? What you do before you go to sleep? You be on your phone. That's the last thing your conscious mind thought about before you went to sleep. That TV playing in the background while you sleep. That's going into your conscious mind while you sleep. You had just had an argument while you before you went to sleep. That's in your conscious mind while you going to sleep. So now that's in your subconscious. So your subconscious is not at ease. It's not at peace. Did you eat 30, 45 minutes before you went to sleep? Your body's still trying to damn process all that food before you go to sleep.
Mhm.
But I told her to play some high vibrational frequencies, lay down, and just be in the present moment. Listen to the sounds, feel your body, and you're gonna doze off to sleep every time. Every time, it never fails. Because like the vibrational frequencies, that's I feel like that's kind of a portal on how we connect back to our true ancestral DNA. Because the modern America wants us to believe a lot of things are evil, but it's only evil because they didn't create it. You want to know what's evil? This modern medicine. I ain't never seen some that give you some and got more side effects than what it's supposed to cure. What the heck is that? That's that's crazy. That's evil. You tell me you gonna help me with high blood pressure. Now I got diabetes, my blood thin, and they're like, bro, I might as well just let my body take its course. Oh, but why don't you? Because you don't realize the true power that the true being, that this true cloud possesses.
Mhm.
The disease is the cure. That is your body regulating itself. When you catch a cold, it is to eliminate the mucus buildup.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When you catch the flu, it is because you have brought in disease into your physical body. So you cleanse, the disease is your body regulating itself. It's letting you know, hey, and 9 times out of 10, when you just let that thing run its course, no medication, take some herbs, get some tinctures, get some pastes. You know what I'm saying? The indigenous had ways to deal with certain things. And that's what I meant by technology is like ripping us apart. We don't have these remedies. My family, my mother's side of the family is Haitian. So, no lie. When my sister was born, she's 7 years younger than me. She was born, I was at the hospital, I got to see her. She was born with a little outie belly button, okay? And they took her home, and I watched my grandmother say something over this chili pepper, hit it on her belly button 3 times, hang that chili pepper in the kitchen, and as it dried out, so did her belly button. I seen it happen myself. And I was like, what kind of magic is this? And so, what my point to this is, the indigenous have answers. You know what I'm saying? We got to disconnect from the technology. Let the AIs do it and go outside. You know, go back to the indigenous. They passed their history down verbally.
Mm-hmm.
Go ask questions. You know, we have to reconnect back with nature, because otherwise we're going to destroy the earth if we don't, you know.
And connect with your soul, with your spirit, because I feel a lot of times people don't spend enough time connecting deeply with themselves. Like, you have this pure source energy, this God within you, and how often do we talk to that God?
Come on.
So
Come on.
communicate to yourself, because your cells are listening, and they are programming each part of you. Your innate, which is the consciousness of your cells, is listening to what you are saying, and it's telling the body, okay, hey, the captain said do this. It's over here speaking love and light, so hey, time to vibrate on that frequency.
And man, like both of y'all just hit on something really powerful. Ray, when you were speaking about going to connect with our elders, that like, so I was working on this app called Papa, and Papa is like a companionship app for older people. Those elders have not all of them, not all of them, but a lot of our elders have so much life within their brains, but because we're so disconnected, like, oh, I don't want to go spend time with them. They old. No, they're not old. They're wise. And they're wise for a reason, not just a season.
Mm-hmm.
Because every time, I guarantee you, you go talk to any elder, they'll tell you, man, I had so many friends that passed at a young age. You can't live to be 80, 90, 100 years old by being foolish.
Mm.
Because if you do, you was damn lucky. And I don't really think it's luck. It's cause and effect. And peace and blessings. So there's a reason, even though you may have been foolish through your whole life, there was still something about you that always had a awareness like, I can be foolish, but I can't be stupid. It's a difference.
I can show
And
out a little bit, but not too much.
Right.
hello, let's always remember there are repercussions. We can slide, but we ain't finna take that ride.
Mm-hmm.
So to
You
truly
dropping
be able
bars
to,
tonight.
I'm telling you that's that energy flow. That's that flow.
That's that steady stepping.
That's that steady step and flow. But that's also from that fasting and not just constantly dumping all that food in my body.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It's so beautiful how the clarity presents itself when you're on a fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, if you're looking, anybody watching right now, if you are looking to raise your vibration, go on a fast.
I say start there.
Go on a fast. It'll shift your whole everything. When you think you need something so bad to the point where you do it multiple times a day, every single day, and then you tell the universe, enough, I'm going to live on my own willpower. That's it. That's all. Your brain, there's this disconnect that happens between your brain, your conscious mind, and your unconscious mind. The unconscious mind is like, oh, they are willing to give up the one thing that is keeping them alive in order to get to the next level, in order to attract that opportunity, in order to bring the manifestation in. They're ready to give up the one thing that keeps them on this planet. And so, thus, that is your currency. You give the universe your currency, your dedication, your consistency.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Your
universe,
sacrifice.
your sacrifice.
And that is the true meaning of, well, that was the original meaning of human sacrifice. When you would sacrifice that part of you to get to that next level. And a lot of times the yogis, the gurus, the masters will go out in the woods and be like, you know what? I'm just going to stop eating. I'm going to connect with nature, and I'm going to sacrifice this so I can attain at one mint, that atonement, so you can be at one with the universe. And that's where that next level consistency comes in. You're consistent in that level and dedicated to whatever it is that you desire, your cause, that you are willing to go to the greatest lengths to get that.
Hmm.
We ain't talking about hurting nobody, y'all. We talking
No, no.
about this is self mastery.
Exactly.
This is self mastery. So let's put that out there. Full disclaimer: nobody will be harmed in the making of this new sacrificial self.
Right, 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 right.
But it's and what we're speaking on is what are things that for so long that you felt like you could not live without. Like for me, it was smoking tobacco products. I used to feel
Oh.
like, man, I gotta smoke, just antsy, antsy, antsy if I don't. But like Sahat was saying, every day I would smoke one less black in my house, one less, until I got to a point. And no matter of fact, the other day my body said, "We need a black." I said, "No, you don't. Shut up. I'll punch you in the face." Say it again. I'm gonna punch you. You gotta threaten your old self. The new self gotta threaten your old self. Let your old self know. If you try to come back over and take this body on, we gonna fight, bro. And one of us gonna die.
Mm.
Who gonna win the fight? But and see, that's the thing. I feel like sometimes as being conscious beings, we play too much with. We play. We don't. We take a lot of other. We be serious about going to work. We be serious about the sneakers. We be serious about having a nice car. We serious about having the new phones. But we not serious about taking advantage of our of this vessel.
Hmm.
We are not intentionally serious and willing to fight for
Hmm.
what it is that we want up here. Who's willing to punch their old self in the mouth? I am. I told myself that at the gym today. I was telling them six plate because I my max on leg press was like 450. So it was a dude in there. He motivated me today. He was a scrawny dude. My boy put like seven plate. He put like 645s and 225s on the outside. I said, bro, if that brother can do that, I know you can up your weight, Destiny. And it wasn't a comparing him to me, but it was like, how many times have you done 1045s and was pushing it? We gotta go past that now because we know that's our personal best. We have to push past that limit that we already know we can accomplish. It's
Hmm.
Hmm.
gonna hurt. It's supposed to hurt. That's the growth process. Growth is pain.
It's true.
But I told those plates, I said, look, wait. I said, if you think you're gonna win, I'm gonna punch you in the mouth. I'm gonna punch you in the mouth and we're gonna fight. And I'm gonna win. But that's the energy. That's the energy that you have to adopt with your old self while you becoming your new self.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Because those habits that Ray and Sahat and I've been talking about, they gonna come back
Hmm.
because they're disconnected. They feel like he trying to leave us. He's leaving us behind.
You
You
said
damn
you
right
wasn't
I'm
never
leaving.
gonna leave me.
That's that one. That cause I'm telling you, those voices gonna come up in your mind. You got voices in your head all the time. Ain't nobody crazy. We know everybody got voices in their head. That's just natural human nature.
Hmm.
But are you gonna let them voices take back over? Or that conscious mind gonna say, nah, bro. I mean, I know we used to do it and it did feel good for so many years. But we not on that type of time no more. Like like I know I used to be outside with you all night, but I'm going to bed because I'm going to the gym at 4 a.m. Like peace and blessings, but I see you at 4 a.m. Oh no, you gonna be asleep. That's what I thought. Let's grow. Like,
I mean, that part right there, it's a choice. Consistency is a choice. And that's what I wanted y'all to get earlier in the conversation is that in every moment, there is a choice. Either you hang out tonight or you go work out in the morning. Because you know if you hang out tonight, you ain't working out in the morning. Your ass asleep until your first engagement. You know, the best morning routine starts the night before.
Mm-hmm.
Because you
say,
have
say that again, though. I ain't hear you real. My phone had went out.
the best rising routine starts the night before. Like, you can't just get up and be like, okay, here's what I'm going to do. That's why momentum is so important. Because when you draft it out the night before, okay, here's my rising routine, here's my intention for the plasma, you are telling your unconscious mind what to do for you in the dream state. And when you wake up, your conscious mind does not have to do work because your unconscious mind already put all the pieces in place. But if you allow it to chance, you allow the Russian roulette of the cell phone, and you get up and the first thing you do is trying to see what's on Instagram. The first thing you do is like, okay, who texted me last night? Oh, dang, I got 4 missed calls. That is a Russian roulette, right? But if you, the night before, wrote it down, you got a clear image, you wake up, breath, gratitude, meditation, move your body somehow, do some yoga, go for a walk, do some push ups, I don't know. Move your body, and then proceed to see what else, anything else is going on in the world. But taking that time for yourself first is a game changer.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the key right there to consistency. Take control of how you end and how you start your day. Everything else will fall into line.
And Ray said something really powerful because that subconscious programming right before you go to bed, that thing works.
Hmm.
Because I know it works because I've tested the theory personally myself. Before I would lay down to go into a restful state, I say, Destin, we're gonna rise at 0400 a.m. We're gonna meditate for about 30 minutes and we going to the gym. I ain't say much more after that. But that first section, like that first 2 hours, I had predetermined that before I went to bed. So now when I'm in a restful state, my subconscious is already fermenting that seed. So as soon as that alarm go off, boom, my feet hit the floor ready to go. Because like Ray said, your subconscious is really the conductor of that vessel. Your conscious mind just gets to pick, oh, we're not doing that thought. Go. Oh, we're gonna do that thought. Send it to the subconscious, tell the subconscious to execute on it. That is how serious this thing is. Like I really feel like sometimes y'all, and even myself, I think we take our life too much for granted. We take our brains too much for granted. I listen to a lot of the Earl Nightingale. Do y'all know it's only one difference between us and a pig?
A
One.
pig.
A pig or any other animal.
What's that difference?
Consciousness.
I knew he was gonna say that.
Hold on, they got a lot of noise. It's consciousness because think about it. Every other animal besides a human knows what it needs to do to survive and live the longest life possible. They never sway from it. Even in the jungle, when they running for their life, they never sway from it. But us old merely humans, we have consciousness. And what we do with the consciousness, we take it for damn granted.
We kill folks. Like,
We prime it with Instagram and negativity.
man, we focus on fear.
We focus on lack.
Hmm.
But have you ever seen a bird? Have you ever heard birds conversation say, "Tweety bird, it ain't enough worms for all of us to eat today." No, you don't ever hear the elephant say, "What elephants eat?
Peanuts? I
They
don't
don't eat peanuts. That's just in
Straw.
movies." Yeah, you don't ever hear the elephant say, "Elephants are hot. I don't think there's enough hay for us today, brother. I think you should eat today. I'm not gonna eat." They don't do that. They expect that there is enough for their whole tribe because they're connected. They're connected now. Look at every animal. They are connected with nature because they are always in it.
know.
Mhm.
Even when the birds come and live up under your little porch and build a nest, where they go back to every time, every day. They only come there to rest. And most of the time they rest in a tree because you're gonna sit there and be ignorant, cut down a tree that they was living in, build your big ass house. And now they say, you wanna cut my house down, I'm gonna shit on your porch. And then you come knock it down. My stepdad loved to knock the dang on nest down with the with the thing.
Ear
No.
hustling.
We
Hey,
had a
listen.
we had a little bird's nest right outside our door, and we like would have to catch the birds because the the mama bird would knock them out the nest, and so Sahat would come out there and pick them back up and put them in the nest.
But see, you want to know something about that? Mama knew something that the baby birds didn't. If you stay in this nest too long, you never really flourish.
Hmm.
The nest is the bird's comfort zone.
Mm.
Think about that. The nest is the bird's comfort zone. What's your personal nest?
Mm.
I left my nest. My nest is back in Atlanta. I had to leave the nest. I've left a couple times. We all go back. Everybody got a nest they go back to.
And that could be a nest
But
mind.
Hmm.
whew, that's a nice one too, though. If you ain't careful, you can make it too nice. You ain't gonna wanna leave those comforting thoughts.
Hmm. Where you're safe.
Those thoughts. Oh, you safe up there saying, I don't think I can do that. That's safe.
Let me just stay right here. We cool, everything is smooth right here.
I don't need too much more than that. Anything else, I'm gonna be greedy. How can you be greedy if it was already created in abundance? Where they do that at?
Your cup is overflowing. What you mean?
Hmm.
Oh, would you like
What?
less? Is that your purchase order? Want me to take some away from you? Overstood.
Man, let me pull that back.
Right.
Y'all,
That's too much for them. Like, pull
take
it
it back.
back.
Let's give it to somebody else that's ready for it. And like, though we can laugh about it, that's how everything really works.
Hmm.
Because somebody's listening to Ray. Something is listening to Ray. Something is listening to me. Besides y'all tapping in on the other side of the screen listening to us, it's a bigger source listening to us. It's a bigger source listening to you.
Speaking through us.
Hello. I
I
be like,
know. I know. Destiny was channeling earlier in this conversation. Brother was in the flow. Okay, in the flow, and that's what it is. Being in the flow is connecting to all things, because what you are comprised of, the atoms, the energy, the stardust, the vibrations that exist within you, are the same mirrored vibrations in the universe. Within you exists a universe.
Hmm.
So if within you exists a universe, what are you lacking?
nothing.
Exactly.
So that thought
Nothing.
is a cancerous, it is disease of the mind. The thought that you are not enough, the thought that you don't deserve more, the thought that, let me just stay comfortable, let me stay here, that is a disease of the mind, because it's cancerous. And that thought will attach itself to another thought, attach itself to another thought, until you fully believe that you don't deserve more. You believe that you need to stay in this messed up toxic relationship. You believe that you have to stay on the hamster wheel of life and stay at work and keep going for 20 years in order to get you a 401k or something. You believe that.
Mhm.
You have capped off your potential because you believe this is the only way. There are many roads, many paths that lead to the top of the mountain. Are you just going to stop somewhere along the base, or are you going to go all the way to the top?
And Ray, I want to ask them a quick question, y'all. As you were speaking, you gave me goosebumps, right? Because I had a realization that butterfly on your shirt, right? I was listening to something, some audio, and it said a butterfly will never become a butterfly if the caterpillar refuses to go in a cocoon, and the if the caterpillar refuses to go in a cocoon.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And yeah, the cocoon is a nest, but it is a nest for a period. The butterfly doesn't live in a cocoon forever. The butterfly lives in a cocoon long enough to slow down, to let that transformation speed up, to become the beautiful, vibrant, colorful piece of nature that we see, just flapping all around, just looking so light. Like look at the life of a caterpillar going into a butterfly. How
It's like,
many times have you, huh?
I was going to say, it's like the train pulling to the side of the tracks.
Did we bring that full circle, y'all, or did we bring the flow to let them go? What?
Yeah.
Because the longer you refuse to go into your cocoon and take a break and really just analyze so you can flourish for real, you only holding your own destination up. And guess what? Even though time is an illusion, you're gonna get to that final destination regardless. But when you get there, are you gonna have all your achievements that was pre-written on your manifest before you got there? Or is it gonna be cut in half? Or is it gonna be cut in third? Or is the manifest gonna be burnt up because you continue to neglect the fact of you need to check the manifest to make sure eat all that stuff is even supposed to be on there in the first place?
Mhm.
That's the real reality of it. Our greatness was written down before we came through the portal, and the portal being our mothers. It was already predestined for us to be great, each and every one of us, through all the circumstances and situations that we've been through that have challenged us, that have made us feel less than. Suckish to say that is a part of our journey, but it wasn't meant for you to live in that cocoon of defeat.
Mm.
It wasn't meant for you to live in that cocoon of depression. And I can say that because I was diagnosed depressed at 12. And I said, fuck you. I'm not depressed. I'm just sad right now. So don't put that on me. I'm not accepting your energy and I'm not accepting your medication. I'll figure it out another way.
Mhm.
Period.
Because when you start to take those medications, that goes back to that alchemy that we were speaking about. We don't know all the chemicals that they put in those medications. And we damn sure don't know the effects that they do to our body because we don't even read. We
Mhm.
don't we don't take the time to actually come into a conscious state. If I'm gonna take this medication, let me see what each and every let me figure out what makes this medication into a capsule. Let me figure out what chemicals are in this capsule. And then let me figure out how these chemicals affect my vessel.
All these tryptophanolines and all this stuff. What is that?
We can't even I don't even know what. I can't even spell that. Like there's so many different things that they try to play on our conscious mind to make us believe that they know more than we do and that they are more conscious than we are. No, they read more and they play God more. Each and every one of us is our own source of God. We are connected to a higher level of God. which is a being and another creation.
Mhm.
So if you aren't willing to actually say, I'm gonna challenge what you say, doctor. I hear what you're saying that I should take these three medications a day, three times a day. But let me go to some more natural resources, somebody that kind of look like me, because they say they got holistic doctors and stuff, but anybody that practices medicine, they're not gonna really give you an actual herbal treatment because of no, we know it's all about profit. But they'll
Hmm.
say, well, you should cut back on your sugars, but still take this high blood pressure medication. No, let's lean more to like real natural remedies, things that come from Mother Earth,
Like, let me
things
get
from
some maca root so I can balance out some of these hormones. You know,
yeah,
so
yeah,
my
like
anger levels and my anxiety levels ain't out of whack.
man, like go to somewhere where that has been tradition of natural healing, and just ask certain questions. Ask them the same questions you would ask your doctor, because the thing about this society that we living in, right? A license is nothing but permission. That's it. A license is a permission to drive, a permission to practice, a permission to serve, or a permission to judge. All these people have different licenses. But like I say, everybody is certified, but only you can qualify you. When I
Oof.
was driving, when I was driving trucks with no full CDL license, I could still outdrive people that's been driving 2, 3 years, or especially fresh out of truck driving school, because I qualified myself to know how to safely operate that vehicle. You got to qualify yourself to know how to safely operate this vehicle. The vehicle is your body.
Hmm.
Your body is a vehicle, and your brain is a conductor.
Mm.
Your
So
thoughts is the algorithm. Go ahead, Sahat.
I was just gonna say, as we wrap up, what would you like to share with the audience on how to stay consistent in their life on their journey?
Hmm.
Make a decision. Make a decision that even though I'm not always gonna want to do it, because I'm telling y'all, like, truth be told, it's a lot of times where I don't want to do stuff that I know I need to do. But then I sit there, and even if I take a day off from the gym, if I don't go 5 days during the week, I'm gonna have to go on the weekend because I know I didn't go during the week, but I'm gonna get my 5 days in. But really, it's about making a decision, making a conscious decision that my vision is bigger than my reality. And once you make that decision, even on those days that you're not really going to want to go do what it is that you know you need to do to become, you're going to do it anyway. And those be the days that you don't want to do it, those be the breakthrough days where you go up in that mug and you get the rolling on whatever it is that you need to. Oh my goodness, what? You get a whole nother level of energy. Y'all know? Tell
Definitely.
Absolutely.
them. Tell them.
Definitely. It's that breakthrough moment. I think Shan's talked about this. He said that there's a red zone. You know, when you consistently like working out, you working out, you stay usually in your safe zone, the green zone. And then you start to hit that yellow zone where it's like, okay, I can't really do these last two. And then your trainer tells you, okay, pump out three more. And you couldn't even do them last two. You know what I'm saying? That is the red zone. Pushing through and pushing past that. And it's all mindset. It's only your mind telling you you can't do the two more. Or this is my last one, right? You're shaking and stuff. But once you pump out two more, what that's going to do, that's conditioning your mind and reinforcing the fact that I can do what I say I can do. It raises your level of confidence because it's like, I believe in the things that I say I'm going to do. I have experience and proof and receipts to show you that even when I didn't want to go, I pushed myself even harder. So when you have real life situations, what do you think your action is going to be? You're going to push through that thing and do three more.
Hmm.
And before we close out the let go and flow session, because I know it was full of gems.
Oh yeah.
What Ray was saying, when you, a lot of time we don't talk to ourselves enough. I used to have an ex girlfriend back in middle school. I used to think she was crazy for talking to herself until I realized the power of positive reaffirming within yourself. Because you know how Ray was saying, you be in the gym or you be at work or you be doing your project and you like, man, I don't have no more. You say, no, I got some more. You better find that energy and tell yourself with such a level of conviction that I got at least one more. And I promise you, you're gonna get them last couple pumps because your body is in a moment when it begins to hurt and it begins to feel like you don't have no more. That's your body like, don't do it because we might hurt ourselves. Don't do it, we might hurt ourselves. But your other side of your body, like, we not gonna hurt ourselves. We know when it's time to stop. Your body will literally stop. But you got to get those last few to know, oh, we got a little bit. We don't have that much more. We got this much more. But we got to make it close it. So it's no more left. So we can know we went to failure. And that comes from a level of conviction and belief in your tone. You got to tell yourself, I got this. Yell it sometimes. If you got to look crazy, who cares? Because guess what? Your mind know we got this. They're going to be looking crazy because they ain't got it. You're going to be looking excited because you know, I got this shit. This is mine.
Yeah.
So that level of conviction is that in your mindset is going to build that consistency that creates that momentum that will allow you to break through any challenges that you've ever thought could hinder you from becoming who it is that you want to become, y'all. Like, we not gonna stop going because we not gonna stop flowing because we're connected to a lot bigger source that wants us to bring so many more people out of the matrix. Ray, what you be telling how many people it take to bring all this greatness back into the universe?
So, one person operating in a space of pure love will affect 750,000 people. So, even just 20 people in one space on that same frequency will affect 15 million people on the planet.
And listen, we know we got some more steady steppers out there. Y'all just looking, y'all looking from the outside in, but you already inside. You inside of everywhere you need to be. You just get to overstand now that it's a little bit more work that you get to do to raise that vibration to another level of consciousness. And I'm telling y'all, just start off with a little bit every day. Because that fasting was the one for me. The fasting was the one for me. If you eat 3 meals a day and you don't have a high intensity job that really we don't need to eat 3 meals a day, especially if you don't have like a high intensity job to where you're doing a lot of physical exercise. If you sit in front of a computer every day, you don't need to eat 3 times a day. Even if you eat 2 times a day, they need to be kind of light because your body is not burning that much energy. How much energy does it burn to do this? And oop, let me pull that right there. Oop, how much energy does that really burn? And
Mm.
you're not working out. You putting your gut in an unnecessarily dangerous place because it's overworking to break down all this unhealthy food for what? You are killing your gut prematurely.
Hmm.
So I ain't even we ain't gonna go into the gut health and because I don't really know enough about it. I just know based on what I've been doing with my body.
Oh,
So
let's get into it next week.
Yeah, I'm with that.
we're gonna get it. We're gonna get into it next week.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna get into it next week, y'all. So another great episode with Let Go and
Yeah, you
Flow.
did song.
Oh,
Yeah, I had this
let go and flow, baby. Ooh. It changes every heptad, so you gotta catch it. It's always a new edition.
I'm telling you, cause hey, we just be flowing, so we bounce off each other's energy.
Yeah,
We love it here.
we do here.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we thank y'all for tapping in. Thank y'all for just, being a part of our world and growing in consciousness with us. Y'all make sure you live in your purpose.
Yes, and vibrate in your
Please.
magnificence.
Hmm.
Please. Because guess what? Somebody sees that light, like Brother Michael said, brother, I see you. Somebody's always watching and you don't know why they're watching. It's a lot of people watching for negativity and hate to judge and criticize you. But damn it, if it ain't two or three watching you for motivation and inspiration to help them get that thing back started, because I got goosebumps coming through me right now. Somebody is watching you so they can remember how powerful and strong they are. Don't worry about the haters. Focus on the ones that's watching for inspiration and motivation and shine bright for them, because those are going to be the two or three that come up to you later on in your journey and say, bro, you helped me have my breakthrough. I've been longing and looking for so long. I couldn't find it in my current environment. But because I raised my vibration just a little bit, you came to me and helped me get what I need.
Hmm.
So I ain't gonna hold y'all up no more and let go and flow. We gonna be back next week. Y'all see, we can
Absolutely.
go all day. We can flow all day. Ray and Sahat, they be like, yo, Destiny, cut it, cut it. I be like, okay, okay, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. That's just the level of excitement that we have and that we desire to really bring to you all and serve. Because again, we're conduits. We're
Mhm.
conduits.
Hmm.
So man, I love y'all. We'll see
I
y'all
love
next week.
you
Me
too,
too, brother.
brother.
Thank you.
Peace and blessings, y'all. Later.
Later.